if you date a narcissist, the place you will end up is first of all on the hospital bed and then the therapist office. Please stay clear. Narcissists are very, very flashy in the eyes. Stay clear of them. They are dangerous people.
What is glitter? What is glitter is not good. This is the Cover Podcast, and this is the home of movie review. You know how we do it here. We don't just review movie anyhow. We don't tell you the story of the movie, but we tell you how it relates to your life. And I will not be doing this alone because I will not be finding myself alone. So you know that I will be having amazing guests to review this video for us. And with me, we have this amazing lady in red. There's a song I remember those days. Lady in red, you know now. She's smiling at me. Now, lady in red looking dazzling. And the person is Amaka on point. What's up, Amaka?
I'm good. I'm very, very fine and very excited to be here because this episode, the movie itself is like so super emotional and it talks about female struggle. So yeah, it has my heart.
Right. And you know now, even though I'm the man of the people, I know the philosophical man in this studio. And the person is the most important man in this Nigeria right now after the president. And that will be Shegu. Shegu, how you doing?
It's great to be here. Thank you very much. Another episode with the Convo Podcast movie review. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to this. So guys, let's start with this. How do you see that movie really? Shabi, can we start first?
Yeah, it was a very, very interesting movie. A very, very emotional movie. I think I like this kind of movies because it shows you the two sides of life in terms of when you're finding love and in relationship also. I think the last movie we reviewed was all about the good side of things.
Yeah.
But also now it's about it's the duality of life, the good and the bad. So for me, amazing work from Funke Akindele. Looking forward to.
So guys, if you notice that in this segment, we are looking serious, we are looking so emotional, it is not us, it's just a movie. So please, you just have to manage it or use it. You about to say, Lobe, just use it like that. So before I jump to Amaka, a big shout out to Funke Akindele, awesome of Mrs. Funke. You are so awesome. I'm telling you, your work is a pace setter. And I'm telling you, to me, you are one of the best movie actress and also producer in Nigeria right now. So Amaka, what do you think about the movie?
Just like how we said, the movie was super emotional. And as I said earlier on, it talks about the struggle, basically the struggle of women in relationship and in marriages, of which I know this is like a two-side thing, not just women that go through emotional abuse, but I know men also go through emotional abuse in marriage. So this shed more light on it. At least we're able to see how manipulative and a narcissist that our husband was, of which it wasn't even nice at all.
Yeah, let us start on a lighter note. Talking about Atinuke in that movie. Do you notice that scene that the man was unveiling his real estate business? I don't know why real estate is coming up every time. When you hear bad things in Nigeria, you hear forest, real estate, crypto. I don't understand what is going on, guys. So the guy have to praise even person that is not in Nigeria. Praise my auntie in America, praise people there. And the wife was doing camera like this. Thank you.
She was having a proud moment with her husband.
I see Baba fall here. So the scene was just like, marry person will love you.
Last, so you know you do in this life, just marry will love you.
Marry will love you.
Oh, because it's so crazy. So Shegun, what do you think about Atinuke in that movie? Really? Do you think she fell in love with the physical attraction, or she actually fell in love with the man within?
Yeah, I think one of the worst things that can happen to somebody, people used to usually say it, but this movie also highlights it, is when you are very, very wealthy, but you have low self-esteem. It's really, really terrible. But I think that was what Atinuke represented in that movie. In fact, she's wealthy and she has low self-esteem. She's someone that needs to be loved. And when you need to be loved and you don't really have standards on who you want to love you.
Yeah.
Any other person can just come in. And I think that's what her husband did. In the sense of he preyed on her need for attention and need for genuine love.
Yeah.
And he preyed on that and he used that for his own profits.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it was very, very terrible. And also of the fact about her is that she appears to me like a very, very naive person.
Yeah.
And the reality is, in this world, it's a criminal offense for an adult to be naive. Babies, children can still afford to be naive. Yeah. But an adult should not be naive. Because this world, that's why I say I like the movie, because this world is about the good. This movie was about the good and the bad side of this life. Yeah. And this life is such that if you are naive, you will get eaten for breakfast. And I think that's what happened in that movie to Atinuke.
See, my brother, it is not only breakfast, lunch,
they will eat you lunch, dinner,
brunch, everything, even midnight.
And they will spit you out when they are done.
Yes, sir.
For me, she fell in love with the perspective she saw of him. He, there was a particular perspective she made her see. I mean, he made her see in that movie. So I really, they didn't show the scene whereby they met each other. Yeah. But I thought maybe when they met each other, because there was a scene where he was singing and she was like, "Oh, you remember from school." So I feel like he gave her a perspective that she wants to see. The sense that he was singing for her and making her feel he loved her and all that. So she fell in love with that perspective of him.
That means the romantic angle of that man.
And that was why every time she actually is putting in more efforts, so she will keep seeing that perspective
that
of
kind
him.
of thing,
but that's terrible. And that movie really showed me that women love guys that can actually sing. Imagine, maybe I have to start learning how to sing now.
I think it also plays to the romantic narrative of for it to be romantic, he has to sing for you. And but I just feel that the guy knows. They know one thing about narcissist, because the guy was a clear narcissist. Even from the beginning of the movie, where he said he's a dirty hustler, and the way he was talking about it, so much confidence, so much,
passion
and everything. I think we can see that it's a clear narcissist. And one thing about narcissists is that narcissists are good at what they do.
That's true.
That guy was good in his business. He was good in scamming that lady. He knows the right buttons to press.
Yes.
To get whatever he wants from her. So I think it was really terrible. I just pray that nobody experienced. I know a lot of ladies say my ex was a narcissist.
No.
A lot of guys says my ex was a narcissist. You are playing. When you truly meet a narcissist, you don't need to tell us. We know. You know there's a phrase they use now in psychology, new phrase now. Whenever you have dated someone that was a narcissist, I know narcissist is not something that is a clinical stuff now that you can find, and he has no cure. A narcissist, you're a narcissist for life. There's no cure. So once you find out that someone has dated a narcissist, what they use now in psychology, clinical psychology, is that they say someone that survived narcissism, someone that survived a narcissist partner. So it's like when you survive cancer or something. It's a very, very terrible experience. Seriously, dating a narcissistic person is a life-threatening experience. So you have to be very careful who you fall in love with.
Really, because if you think you have met a narcissist, I'm telling you, go and watch this movie and see Mr. Kolawole Phillips.
This is
terrible.
This is a narcissist.
So what do you think about Kolawole?
Mr. Kolawole, as you said earlier on, the guy is everything bad. Let me just put it like that. Everything bad. Only you're a narcissist, you're a manipulator. And it's not just to your partner, to your business partner also. Because there's a scene where he was threatening his doctor friend. Where he was saying, I'm going to reveal all your dirty secrets. So it was not even just, he's just a terrible person naturally. It was not even just his partner, to like everybody around him. If he's not getting what he wants, you are the problem, and you have to be eliminated. Right?
Okay, let me ask you something. Since you said we are the psychological people now, let me say something. There's a particular thing in, there are different kind of bad habits or bad traits that people exhibit in psychology. But there's what we call the dark triad. These are like the worst of them. First of all, I think now there were 4 before, but now is 5. The first one is narcissism. The second is psychopathy. So people that they're psychopaths. They're psychopaths. They do things. There is what we call Machiavellism. That's people that are, that's from Machiavelli. Machiavelli. They are very dubious. So that guy has it. The people that are sadists. They get joy when people are sad.
Sad, yeah.
And I was watching the movie and I was looking at these dark triads and I was looking like that. This guy truly exhibits everything.
Everything.
This guy is terrible. In terms of, and for me, I enjoyed looking at him. Because I believe people that watch the movie should enjoy looking at him. Because you have to understand how the narcissists play their game.
Yes,
so that you don't fall into one.
So that you will not be a naive person.
This guy knows when to pretend like he wants to cry.
Like, so perfect.
When to be stonewalling, when to be like nothing can happen.
Yeah.
He knows when to use your past against you. Like this guy is a clear, like, I like the people that wrote this movie, they did some very good work.
No, I'm telling you this because I saw the movie from different angle to the point that I saw this and I said, this is everyday thing that is happening in this country or in the world right now. Whereby you see someone in 1 minute and in the other minute, you are seeing the other side of the person real quick. Now, let's just move closer because we don't want to spend all our time talking about Adewale Phillips. I want to talk more about Tinuke. Do you think Tinuke really have low self-esteem right from childhood? Because I think meeting this guy really put her to the point of she has no esteem. But do you think she has a bit low self-esteem? Because she's obviously good at her job. She's obviously good at everything she do. In fact, she was able to manage the heir apparent. Imagine managing heir apparent. It's not easy. I will say that she has low self-esteem in marriage, or she have low self-esteem generally. Let me start from Amaka.
Yeah, I think she actually has, probably she does not have the low self-esteem in full. Probably there was like a little bit of hint from here to there that the guy was able to see and he just built on it. Because obviously when you have low self-esteem, people can see.
Really?
Yes, people can see. Yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah,
people can see because there are some things you will just do, probably over pleasing and all that. So I feel like the guy saw hints of it. That's why you could put more effort and put more fire to make everything just scatter.
Chuck, what's your thought?
Yeah, I think first of all, we must be honest with ourselves. That's the viewers also must be honest with themselves in the sense of sometimes when you are very, very successful professionally, in the romantic aspect of things, you don't do so well. Because the reality is the qualities. I think it's the truth. The qualities that makes do for a successful professional career is the inverse that makes do for a successful romantic. Understand? In your office, you can be very authoritative, but if you try that in your relationship, it won't work.
You're in trouble.
Definitely.
So in your office, you can be very, very this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to be emotional. But in your relationship, so the reality is most people that are very, very successful professionally, their relationships or their romantic life mostly suffers because the qualities that are needed are inverse. That's one of it. I think second thing is a narcissist has two types of best victims. Okay. There are two types of victims that are the best for a narcissist. Number one, someone that has very, very high esteem. Because there are some narcissists, they call them the malignant narcissists. Okay. Sorry for the old psychology, but they just believe that this person is so bubbly, so confident. Yeah. A sign that I have defeated, a sign that I have won is when I can make this person that is so confident to be someone that doesn't have any self-esteem at all. That is one. The second, which I believe is what Atunuke represents, in the sense of that, as Amaka said, there are certain loopholes, certain insecurities. You know, and one major insecurity that we could see was because she was a beautiful woman, actually, but her dress sense.
We get there.
Which could
we get that dress sense.
Which could be not so much of a big deal, could easily be fixed, as we saw in the movie. Yeah. But because a narcissist always wants you to have things that you yourself know that it's not good about yourself.
Yeah, so
because the reality is he could have changed that if that was the issue. But he didn't want to change that because that was a major point he was using to get her. So the moment she changed that, he has no more cards again to play.
He was surprised.
So he was surprised. He was surprised he couldn't do anything. And you know, at one point he was losing control because he had to now start spying on her with the driver and everything. Because he didn't know what other cards to use, because the major point that she had, you know, that he was using to prey on was the fact that she had poor dress sense, among other things, and he was using that to prey upon her. So I like that guy. I have to say it. I like that guy. I don't know, but people might. I like that guy
like that?
because from a clinical psychologist perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see who a narcissist is.
Yeah.
You know, I said the people don't say my ex was a narcissist. No,
I think people throw words around.
Yeah.
You just hear
fancy words.
You just hear, this word.
I have
I am
OCD.
sanguine.
I have OCD.
I have exactly. That's the one that I explained. Everybody, I have OCD.
Do you know what OCD?
Have you been on? If you're on Twitter, you just hear people saying, "No, melancholy." I'm like, why are you throwing words around?
They like fancy words when they are fancy. But I feel people cannot understand. And if you're not watching the movie, please watch the movie.
It's necessary
because you understand who a narcissist is.
If you think you enjoyed the first movie review, really, or that movie we saw on YouTube, please try to watch this on Prime Video.
We have a lot.
I'm telling you, you will learn so much. Really. Now, Shegun, talking about low self-esteem, do you think this is a case of low self-esteem? A woman trying her best, looking so sexy, to make her husband see that I am there too, even though she look like sorry, wait, because she look like masquerade that want to appease a man.
Okay.
She like, like, what is wrong with you? So, do you think it's a sign of low self-esteem or a woman that want to try marry to work? Let me start with Amaka. Do you think she just want to marry to work, or is a low sign of low self-esteem?
Normally we know the guy is a cheat. And she has been obviously spying his phone, not intentional, but she has seen him watch videos of.
She spied his phone.
The guy is spying.
How can you spy someone's phone unintentionally?
It's possible now. She probably did not want to see it, and
maybe.
So she spied his phone unintentionally, and she has seen him watch videos of women. So she already felt like this is the type of thing he likes. And that woman, she put effort too. And she put effort.
But she looks like masquerade there.
But all that counts was the effort. It's the thoughts that count.
Do you see the shoes she wore with that attire?
I think we have to all agree. I believe we all agree that her dress sense was terrible. For an adult to be using beads on your head, it's terrible. Very, very terrible.
Your primary school.
When she's now moving, the beads will not be good. Like it's terrible.
The fact that she actually have met people, she has seen people, she went to school.
But if you see the way her mom was dressed in the movie, you will know where. No.
She's not that
elegant. When you see her mom, if you just check the way her mom dressed, you know that.
No, she was not that bad. At least she was wearing.
She was wearing the natural Nigerian.
When you see the hairstyle.
Oh, the hairstyle. Okay.
When you see the mom's hairstyle, you know where the poor dresses came from. But the mom didn't really show because the mom was dressing traditionally. But as she had to dress corporately, and then for the corporate one, and then they think corporately should.
Completely should.
but I think also that when you look at the way she went about her thing, I just believe that as apart from the fact that the guy saw the weaknesses in her, but I think it says a lot about the kind of friend she also had.
Exactly.
In the sense of you can't be our friend, and not point it to her.
No. Sarah actually told her. Sarah is always telling her. Well, there were scenes in that movie where Sarah was Sarah, which is her friend, was telling her that this hair is not nice now. But now I'm back. At least we can.
You have to fix up.
You go to the gym. You look nice. You fix up. So it's not really about her friends. I feel like it's just her internally.
And I think it's really because, as you said, not just only about self-esteem, but also self-awareness. You need to be aware to correct certain things. Because the reality is, truly, I know love is a beautiful thing, but reality is that not only beautiful people are engaged in love.
But this love not beautiful.
Love is, I used to say something that love is for good people.
Yes.
Genuine love is for good people. Genuine love is for sane people. But the reality is we are not all sane.
Yes,
and we are not good to meet terrible people, like the way Atunike met a terrible man.
I don't want you guys to just
and another side also. So
I don't want us to just watch that guy or flog this question too much. But I'm of the opinion that so that we will not talk too much about our dress sense. But I'm of the opinion that your dress sense, your behavior, your habits shows the type of people that surround you. Really. Because if I am around someone like Atinuke, at one point I'm someone that I'm going to tell you till you do it.
Yeah, but you also know that she's also a wealthy woman.
But what does it mean?
People are very, very afraid of correcting their wealthy friends, because maybe the person is even the one helping you out from time to time, and you're not going to voice out that your dressing don't make sense, and the person can't block you. So the reality is that's another angle of it. And also it could also mean, because also you could see her father loved her so much.
Yes.
But her father also wasn't also very, very, he didn't dress well also.
Yes, yeah. She's just a regular Yoruba man.
You see that her father also could have told her
the same thing.
Her mom was, so the reality is the whole family, they dress wrong. Even say her brother.
Yeah, her parents was wrong.
Let's just say it's a family of poor dressing. I just believe. So the reality is, who is going to tell her in that family?
That's right. Because the way her parents dress,
even his mom told him when he was eating, mom told him, all this your dressing. You know, I think it's a family of poor dressing. Wealthy, but poor dressing.
But there's another flip side of this story. That would be the Ndidi and Anthony side.
Yes.
Now, I will tag this family of hustlers. Is it true that a whole family can be into fraudulent things? Is it possible?
It's true.
That father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, that means a whole generation can be into hustling.
Yeah.
Like fraudulent transaction, wickedness, greed. Is it possible that at least one person should be good in that family? Is it possible?
But there was one person that was good now. The brother, their last born.
Wow.
At the point, his conscience was judging him.
Conscience, so I don't believe.
Person that was eating chicken and rice.
I believe what that guy did is just like people when you are playing a game, and the game is now out of your favor. The best thing you do is to scatter the game.
Okay.
When he bets, he used 500k. Bet.
How would you use 500k to bet?
So already you can tell you that. The reality is, I like the way they did the movie, because it is a family, as you said, of poor dressing. There's also a family of
hustling.
No hustling, thieves.
Wickedness.
The mother was the most disgusting of all.
No,
Faking cancer drugs.
Okay, wait. Let me just ask you, Amaka.
Mm-hmm.
In a family, we all hear that there's a saying in the Bible that says women are meant to build the house.
Yes.
Yeah. So if the mother is into this, can we say that they got the trait from the parents or from themselves? Maybe the economic problem in Nigeria, in the world right now.
So the thing is, when you face challenges, that's where you see the type of person you are. If you're a terrible person, especially if you face money challenges, that's where you now go into dubious things. Where you now start considering stealing and all that. So that aside, I feel like in the society today, and so most people will say in a family, the person that is bringing in money has the final say. If it's the daughter that is bringing the money, whatever the daughter says, that's what's going to happen. So in the movie, I feel like it is Ndidi, which is the daughter, that is more like the sole winner or the breadwinner of the family. So whatever she says, that's how it's going to be. So and they were able to convince their mom, and she also was part of the whole thing, of which I shouldn't even be praising the woman, because what she did was terrible. It was really, really wrong. When you see your child doing bad thing, it is normal for you to call the child and correct the child that this thing you are doing is not right. This way you are going is bad.
But can we say, and I would like Sharon to answer this, can we say that poverty brainwashed them, or poverty derailed them to the point of wickedness?
I don't think. I know there are people that have a tough time in life.
Yes.
Maybe because of the challenges they face, that they started engaging in not so good behaviors or not so good enterprises. But I think this family, the poverty did not contribute to anything. These people
they wanted to travel out.
The reality is, even when they got their visa, got their tickets, they still saw another opportunity. They are thieves. And the reality, the nature of a thief is that a thief cannot stop stealing. These people,
that's true.
If you tell me that the motivation behind them doing all this scamming was to travel out, okay, when they have gotten their visa, when they applied for their ticket, when everything was set, she still went to go and blackmail. So Japa was not the reason why they
said they wanted soft landing.
They want soft landing now.
So even when the guy they did that first one with that Adekola, when they gave them the first money, they still went back to demand for the second.
A blackmailer is never satisfied.
They're never satisfied. So this one, I believe, what happened to her at the end, she deserves it.
So let's just focus on Anthony. How can you be so naive for 4 years and you will not see a sign? There should be a sign that no, this girl is hustling me. There should be a sign, really.
It's love.
Exactly.
It's love. Love covers multitude of sin, as the Bible
says. Love covers multitude of sin. But can we really say that's love?
That's being naive.
Can we really call that love? I just believe that. I can't really, because I believe love will make you see. Love is not blind.
That's what they tell you.
Love is not blind, but maybe the kind of love they showcased, because the reality is that the two families, the two people we are talking about, like broadly, Anthony and Atinuke, AA, naive set of people.
Yeah.
There's a time that Anthony was saying, she's the love of my life. If I leave her, she will die. You're an elderly man. Saying if a woman leave you, that's the end of your life.
That is the most absurd thing a man can say.
You deserve all that came to you. Because reality is, he has kept her at a very high pedestal.
Yes.
And she misbehaves and, everything. I think it was very, very naive.
But do you think that men can be that naive in this world that we are today? Because I don't believe that this is portraying every Nigerian as a man in this country, because we see Nigerians are this hippie, smiling, hustling, and take good care of their girls or their fiancé or girlfriend. Do you think they are being naive or being caring? Really? Amaka?
The first woman a man meets is naive with her. And whatever she shows him is what that will determine who is going to be afterwards.
Perfect.
So that's what I have to say about that.
You are becoming philosophical.
Perfect. No, I think that is perfect. Very, very perfect. Because the reality is what Amaka said is the truth, 100%, because every man's first relationship, everybody's first relationship, not even man.
Yes.
Men, women, we are always naive, because truly, only the innocent can truly experience genuine love.
Yes.
But the reality, as I said earlier, we are not all innocent. We are not all good people.
Yes.
And so you meet terrible people. And reality, some people are very, very bitter. And let me use this point to say that there are some guys now that say, I don't care. Any girl, any girl, I don't
married
care.
Or married,
just the reality is it's a sign of trauma. If you check their history of their dating history, you will see that they've met some not so good people.
Yes.
And off of that experience is what they are. And if it's some lady that say, I don't care about love, or my love goes down, it's just about collecting and making something. When you check it, also they've been heartbroken.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are become what they are, that is very, very unpleasant today because of they were heartbroken.
And some they did not even heal.
That's true.
They did not even give themselves that time to heal.
Most people in Nigeria don't heal.
And I think people need to heal before they enter the next relationship.
Most people don't heal. Yes. A lot of people get into I even believe I believe this might sound controversial, but let me put this out. I believe as a guy or lady, you shouldn't have more than 3 breakup in your life, long-term breakup in your life. I believe when you are, if it's more than 3, you need to see a therapist as soon as possible. Because the reality is you've lost every capacity to withstand what genuine love actually entails. This is my own opinion. First heartbreak, second heartbreak. So you saw people be in a relationship for 4 years, heartbroken, 5 years, heartbroken. The reality is I can't date such a person until the person go and see a therapist, because already the moment you receive heartbreak, your vision for genuine love reduces. Yes or no?
Yes.
The second time, third time, you need to see a therapist to just heal. Really, because that kind of person, some traumas that people are facing in marriages today.
Yeah.
It's because of people are taking baggages from past relationship.
Yeah.
A guy now that has maybe, I'm taking this in, a guy that maybe experienced, maybe has been cheated on before. Maybe the way he found out was that maybe he called the lady and he had another guy in the background. What's going on? Or maybe they were even doing something while he was calling. If he gets married, someone will say, where are you? Switch to video call. It's a sign of trauma. I want to see where you are. Show me where you are. Man.
And also,
it's a terrible life, man.
That type of man will show that effect transfer it to his own daughter too.
Yes.
Where are you? What are you doing there? Do like this. What's up?
Who is that? What are they playing music? Show it.
Show it.
Terrible.
Where are you? You are meant to be in school. But Shegun and Amaka. But I'm looking at this that Nigerians, we are going to tell you things like, we have these absorber. We have this absorber. We have shock absorber. 13 breakups. I've seen people brag, telling you that I've been to 7 breakups and I'm still landing.
No, the thing there is that 7 breakups. Everything is not the person that you're not the person that was broken up to, and in the sense that it might be that okay, maybe the first one. You're the one that they broke your heart. The next one, you're the one breaking people's heart. So you not say you've been to 7. You're the one breaking their heart. Obviously,
it's a terrible. I don't believe people just need to heal. And Nigeria, I don't believe healing. It's not strength. It's a sign of weakness. When you are saying I don't get 7 breakups, it's a sign of weakness, really.
No, now let's talk about fantasies, because it's high time that the first movie I thought fantasy is when you spoil a woman, but this time I'm seeing a man fantasy by choking. Like when you're not Undertaker, choke slam. What's going on? So do you think that every fantasy that we all have is something that we learn from society, or is what we have been hearing, or is what we have been seeing? Because like Kolawole Phillips, he has a fantasy of choking women during intercourse. Do you think it's a fantasy that comes from past relationship like breakups, or is a fantasy that he just built from within? Amaka?
That fantasy was all him. But I feel like him and the girl too, they are in on it together. Yeah. Because she was shouting, shock me.
Truly now.
Wait, Amaka. But if, this is what I'm taking, he never tried that choking on Atinuke.
They never showed us other scene where he and his wife were
at one point they would have done it, and Atinuke will have told our friends, say that like, oh, he loves choking or something like that. But I don't think he has ever done that. I've seen this narrative that people will tell you, oh, I have many girls, but I have one main girl that I will never do anyhow to. Is this what is happening to Phillips here? That he's keeping Atinuke or milking her so that Atinuke will not know everything about him, really, Shegun.
You want to put me in trouble. But
which one is putting in trouble?
But I think the reality is, maybe ladies don't know this, but let me reveal one of the secrets of some men, not all men.
Some.
Is that it's not every woman. There are some women that if a man sees, he sees them as just, these women are just for fun. Plating. And once it's plating, there are some kind of acts in the other room that are permissible. There's a kind of women, he knows that this woman cannot even try this. Because this one is for maybe for keep. I can't try it. So all the things like choking, spanking, all those rubbish. The reality is, they know the kind of women they are doing it to. And the women also, they give the vibe. It's a kind of biological stuff. When you see a woman that can accept that kind of thing, you will know. So you will know. So I think for him, most people get side chicks because side chicks help them to, what they call it, to explore certain dark desires that they have.
Yes, that's true.
Because you have to understand that there's a difference between being in love with somebody, but you might not have dark desires towards the person you are in love with in terms of in the other room. So you need somebody that you can, express your dark desires with. So there's a popular quote, but I don't want to use that quote because people can come for me. But
let them come for you now.
No. I don't like to use that quote really. But I don't believe that every man, there's a kind of pleasurable friction that you will have with a particular woman. That when we sit, we know that you don't love this woman. All those shook me. This is me.
It's me.
You can't have such intercourse with somebody you love. You can't. That you even do that with a lady. She show the lady that this guy don't like you.
But Amaka, you're a woman, and I just want to know that if this is what a man wants in a woman, do you think the man is just being truthful or being expressive or intentional I said the other time, that being intentional, that okay, this is who I am and this is what I want with you. Do you think it's bad for the man to just say, oh, I love choking ladies. My wife, should I choke you?
Just like how we said, if a man is choking you, he does not love you.
But oh my God, you can't do that. There are some people that said it on their Twitter, said, I love a man that is hard, hit me on the wall, do this, do that.
That one is trauma response.
There are some desires that are better from trauma. Spank me. These are terrible desires.
Yeah, we have seen some people say, strike me to the wall, shame me, do everything. And yet, no, but they are coming out and saying we have a good marriage. Yes, now you see them. Are you not seeing them?
Do you expect them to come out and say they have a bad marriage? What do you expect them to say? But I just feel that reality is this is just the truth. The perfect situation would have been having someone you love that you can also explore those dark desires with. But the reality is it's not always like that. The person you love also, the dark desire self will not be able to come on because you know I love this person. It's a person you know that this is just fun. It's not like someone that the popular thing they used to use. Someone that has his own car. You will not drive this car anyhow. So when you begin to see someone in Grand Theft Auto, choking the everything, you know this is not his car.
But there are some people that have cars and they drive their cars with Grand Theft Auto.
Like a mechanic handling your car.
There are exceptions, and that's why I used to say this, that let the broken marry the broken. Let the loving marry the loving.
So how many broken people want to be? That would be toxic.
No, they enjoy themselves. Like this one now, they're going to explore. The only problem is that you see some people are broken. Like this Adekola Abi now.
Yeah.
He's a broken man. And he also led to his impotence.
Yeah.
Because of, with an infection that
yes.
And now you are going to look for a naive, innocent lady. This not the Bible says, do not be unequally yoked.
Yes.
But people think it's just about Christian and Muslim or Muslim and this. No. It's talking about do not be unequally yoked with people that are not at the same emotional level that you are.
That's another
you are an innocent person. Don't marry someone that is broken. You will see, there's a popular saying, if you are in a relationship with a broken person, check well. There are two broken people in that relationship because ultimately you will end up become broken. So let the loving marry the loving, the wicked marry the wicked. It's a very good relationship. I like when husband and wife, I say husband and wife wicked. It's good. It's a perfect marriage. No, it's a good marriage because let's
move on, please, Shagu. This weekend, very wicked. Bad. No, really. Let us just go to another level. Yeah. Now, the level I really want to go to is the movies have been portraying rich kids to be less informative, less attractive, and also have nothing to offer than their trust fund or their father's money. Do you think that is the reality right now? Because I don't want to mention names because we are seeing some things popping up now and you'll be like, I thought this guy should be wise, but wow. Do you think that the parenting right now, the rich people, there is now negligence in the parenting of people that are so well-to-do? Or is it that their house help are the one training those child for them? That's my question, Amaka. Really, I'm shocked.
I know it's not going to be every home, but in some rich homes, they don't have time for their kids. Not all. There are exceptions to this. I know there are some rich people that have time for their kids, but not all of them. Most times it's really the housemaid, the house help, or the probably sister or family member that end up training those child. And whatever it is that they say to them is what that will happen last. In the sense that if you are grooming them to be naughty, like spoiled and all that, so that's what is going to happen. But if you are grooming them to be right, because it's very rare for you to see a rich man's child that is not naughty.
Really? Yeah, yes, that's true. It's
very rare. They're always spoiled because they know they always get their way. Anything I want, that's going to happen. So
Check, I want to hear your own thoughts here. Don't slow it down.
So I think the reality is one of the sad or the dark part of wealth, if wealth should have a dark part, one of the dark parts is that you are filled with a lot of sycophants. And even your children also are with people that they know the right thing, but because you are wealthy, they cannot say it. And even when you take them to schools where they should discipline them, maybe because you don't have time, the teacher is afraid of even disciplining the child because you are wealthy. So everybody is doing things, just let it go, excusing it out, let's go. Until you now get to a place where, for example, now we saw one of the richest people in the country.
Oh, we saw it together.
And we saw his son that we're not calling names now, but we saw his son that I just started a musical career.
Music,
It shouldn't get to that level before someone should have told him, bro,
you know
sabi. People are just like, even the producer that produced the song we saw, it's terrible. People just collect money and say, bro, get money, anything we want to do. So I think that's the challenge. And that's why, in as much as we are all working hard, strategizing how to be wealthy, we must all understand that once we are going to get to that level, we start having children, taking care of everything, we must make sure that our children are not immune from telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Telling a child that is carrying guitar and wants to play, telling a child like that you cannot a good singer, it's not, me, I don't feel it's abuse. Then I think it's not the major abuse will not come from saying, "Oh, my son can sing." Until we now go outside, the outsider will not tell him, "Bro, whack."
What if they are trying to build the child's self-esteem? Because some children, when you are telling them, you don't know how to do this, it weakens their self-esteem.
I think the way you tell them, because I believe when they are young, you can let them play around. But I think it comes to a point, for example, now.
I did
25. You can't be saying, I'm going to the studio, man, what's up? Bro, you know Sabi sing. You can't sing.
Let me just make it clear, because
I don't know what to call him.
We saw the podcast together. And the way the guy was saying, I'm the greatest, I'm
the future, man.
We went to the YouTube and
many guy go Sabi.
We said, this guy will be awesome. The bragging, he has a very high esteem. Oh, I'm the greatest, you wash out of me, watch out that everything. And when we listen to this song, like, what is this? We don't even know maybe he's a rapper.
Or
it's collabo.
I know something about self-esteem, as you said. It's when you are training children, there are two things you have to check, like meters to check. There is self-esteem on one hand, there is self-awareness on the other hand.
Yeah.
People that say, don't let us not beat it, we will not want to damage the self-esteem. They end up with children that have high self-esteem but low self-awareness.
So
people that thought, say, don't do this, don't do that. They end up with low self-esteem, high self-awareness.
Yeah.
So the right parenting is let's have the right balance between self-esteem and self-awareness. Because even you yourself, I know I don't have a good voice. I know.
You know?
I know.
I asked you to sing for us.
No. People say I have a okay voice, but I know I cannot go and say I'm the future of R&B. I'll be delusional. Maybe my voice is just good for maybe the bedroom singing and everything. I know so it's self-awareness. I'm not blind. I'm not delusional.
Okay, now let's just forget about self-awareness and this thing. Let's now go to the next one. There's a popular presenter in Nigeria, wonderful presenter, that have to do complete whitening because of her husband. Now, you notice this also is happening in this movie, whereby this lady was trying to go for surgery to look good for her husband. Now, this thing has been playing out. When the lady said it, everybody felt that she was a fool. Because how can you... The lady said, the woman, sorry if the person noticed, the woman said, my husband loves fair ladies. And I think to make him know that I'm ready to do anything, he went to do complete whitening. You will not even know that she was dark before.
But the husband that loves fair ladies, why didn't he just marry a fair woman?
That's my problem there too.
Right.
So really, Amaka, do you think going out there, going all the way for a man that don't appreciate you is a sign of, oh, let us just keep body and soul together?
That one now is now a trauma response, because obviously this person, this person knows within himself, in his mind, in his body and soul that this is the type of person I like, this type of person I want. Let the person just stick to it, just follow who you like. Don't come and bring somebody you know that does not have any characteristics you like and start making the person feel self-esteem, start having self-esteem issue, because it's self-esteem issue that will make you to want to be like somebody else or a certain type of way, of which is not even normal.
Oh God.
Yeah, and to add to what Amaka said, I feel that in our single days, for those of us that are single, in our single days, we know what is usually called spec. We know the kind of spec we like.
Yeah.
But the moment when you see a man, especially men, when you see a man that likes a slim lady, tell you, I want a woman to have everything, check it, is watching pornography. Because, and I don't want women to be victims of the vacillating desires of your husband. Because the same man that says, I want women that have big backside and the likes, the moment he changes his genre of pornography, he will say he doesn't like that fat one. It's a terrible. Men must not. I think it's right we're talking about this, because this kind of, I want a failure. If you check that man, if that man had any recording that he did some years ago, he will tell you like a dark woman. But if you check the things he's watching, you will find that, or maybe check somebody just that they're crushing on, you will see that it's a fair lady. So the reality is, you saw her the way she was, and you decided to marry her that way. So that's what you've gotten. Take it that way, accept it that way. You saw someone that was just medium in terms of body size and everything. You now say you want someone that, and I see a lot of ladies say we are doing BBL because of men. The reality is, I think it's a very, very stupid argument to say you are harming yourself
because of a man,
another person. It's very, very terrible. No lady should do that, please.
Now, really, but to even portray your point more, Shagun, I noticed that guy is always doing video sex, watching pornography and all sorts. But really, is it a bad thing that you want to look good for your husband? Like, really want to look good for your husband, or we want to look good for your wife?
If you want to look good, the first person you should look good for is yourself. You look good for yourself, and people around you will admire that. Okay, you look good, you are putting in effort. But when you now start saying you want to look good for a certain type of person, then that's now obsession.
Yeah, I agree with that.
As he said, now that means you're already worshiping the person.
Truly. Because the reality is, the way it should go is that you look good for yourself. Then someone that now sees the way you look good will like you. But you're not dressing because, I feel there's what they call breadcrumbing.
Okay.
What's breadcrumbing now? Breadcrumbing, like it's a manipulation tactics.
Yes.
Okay.
Where you see people, the husband will say, if you don't like, until when you do what he wants, or they will show you affection to the degree to which you are doing what he wants. So the moment for example, now the way she was, anytime she gives him money, he is like,
showing
nice
affection.
So the moment she doesn't do what he likes, he takes that love from. So it's not like she's taking, like you are eating the breadcrumbs. I know there's a popular phrase that they say the feast of the crumbs. A lot of people are in a relationship where they are making a feast of little crumbs. So for example, a man now, if your wife asks for money and he doesn't give her, in the night you'll say no, close leg.
Factory close.
So she's punishing him until he gives her money. So that's breadcrumbing. So the more you do, so like you are punishing a dog, or take. When you do good, you take. When you don't do good. I think that's what he was doing, and that's why you see that she was at his beck and call, trying to please him. And I said it, every relationship is about two people. The moment your relationship is about just one person, it's no longer a relationship, it's now worship. So and even Jesus Christ, it's not just, it's a relationship.
Yes.
So please, let's leave that kind of situation.
Now, this will now take me to the next question. I sound official now. So, Amaka, can you marry a man that is 4 years younger than you? I'm going to ask Shagun, really, and I'm going to ask myself, can you marry a man that is 4 years younger? Because we saw it in the movie. I don't want to spoil it. We don't want to do spoiler alert. Can you marry a man that's 4 years younger?
But you know, age is just a number, yeah. It's all about that on the person. If it's somebody that I can respect and I can look up to, that's why I say if it's somebody I can respect. Because yes. That's one thing about women. They tend to love or marry who they know that they can respect. Because if a woman does not respect you, sorry to say, there's a big problem at the head of the home. So if it's somebody that I see his personality and I can respect him, then that's okay, Bible.
Oh, okay, Shagun. Before I ask Amaka another question, because where you stop, let me just keep it. Shagun, can you marry a woman that is 4 years older than you?
No. I
You
cannot.
don't even allow me to balance.
No, I cannot.
Why?
It's not. It's not.
number. She said it. Age is just a number.
I don't care whether it's a number or not a number. My own is. It's not my personal preference to marry. And the reality, she said something that she's very honest too. She's saying it honestly. In terms of ladies want to marry a man they can respect. So if I'm married, this is my own opinion. If I'm marrying a lady that's 4 years older than me, already I'm -4 in terms of respect. This is the way I believe it. She'll be like, I'm 4 years, not even some months. 4 years, not seconds. That means if we're born in the same family, she'll be my elder sister. 4 years.
You are just an
Like,
African man.
sister. Even my sister, I took 2 years from my sister. 4 years.
Like times 2. 4.
I cannot do. I cannot.
But in
I have no issue with it, really. But I understand the way the other gender moves in terms of respect. Even if like lady where you senior with 10 years for relation will still disrespect you. Talk about person we consider you with 4 years.
But Amaka, really, you said something that I really want to know. What are the things that ladies do see in a man, whether young or old, that will make them say, okay, I respect this man? Really? Because, okay.
Why are they laughing?
What is this?
Why are they laughing? I'm cleaning my hand now.
I know you're a sincere person.
I clean my hand.
I'm
cleaning my hand.
Why are you putting me on this spot now?
No, because obviously Atinoke, she's richer. She invested, and we are going to go there, but she invested so much
on the
first husband, and the first man, and now
she invested in the second man.
second man again. Yes. So, do you think Atinoke will respect Anthony?
She was already respecting him.
Oh!
It was showing.
Oh!
For the fact that she listened to him when he said, look into the mirror, do something from look into the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. That means she respects him. Okay. If she doesn't, she will not do it. Yes.
So what do you think will make a woman respect a man? Just tell me. Only not you. What do you think women have told you to respect? What do you think? I've told you about respect. Women, not you now.
It's putting me on the spot. Let me sit you. So for a woman to respect a man, it all boils down on how the man carries himself.
Courage.
Yes, courage. It's charisma.
Courage, like
there's some men that the way they act, they
ooze this aura.
They demand that respect. Like you don't just know. You just know that. Oh, I just respect this person.
So there's no money.
Money is courage, no.
I don't think. No, but I actually believe she's being honest, because for what I've understood about women also love a man. They will respect a man that they see other women respecting.
Yeah.
You get so. But also in terms of respect, also majorly.
Actually, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I know there is philosophy that they will tell you that a woman tends to get attracted to a man that other women like.
Okay.
But actually, I disagree. It just boils down on the person. Just boils down on the person personality. So let's move on.
So many talking points to talk about, but really, do you think now? Let's talk about paternal fraud. Let's just talk about fraud itself.
Okay.
Because I noticed that something happened in that movie, and a lot of people will turn a blind eye to it and say, it's normal now. You brought another man's pregnancy to your husband's house, saying that he is the father of your unborn child.
But she believed he's the father of the unborn child.
That place made me angry.
Really? Because what is happening? Because
she believes he's the father. She believes he's the father of the child. Because I feel like if she had known that this guy has low sperm count issue and all that, she would know that this child is not my husband's. It is so person. But then the fact that she cheated in that film, it didn't pain me, because there was no need for her to cheat, actually. She and Anthony would have built a view like friendship and connection based on they've shared the same trauma experience. But the fact they had to now go into a relationship, I felt that particular scene was off.
No, that is trauma bond, really.
Okay.
It was trauma bond. But at the same time, is this the norms in our society now that people can just jump onto married women that are sad, and that's the next thing.
Yeah. And it's very, very sad because I didn't like that part because up until that moment, I'd always had respect for Anthony. But I felt one of the things that would make me disrespect you is when you sleep with a married woman. It's terrible. You should have boundaries. A good man has boundaries. There are certain things you don't try. Doesn't even matter. And even in some part, I could feel the guy was even being manipulative.
Exactly.
Or taking advantage because at that point, he was a little bit off of his own trauma. Or his own situation has happened earlier. So I think he was praying, in my own view, he prayed on a situation. And that's why you see that little scene of he and her having something when they were at their lowest, it's conversant with a lot of relationships. When you have relationships that are real life relationships that are having issues, you find out that it's when the boyfriend and the girlfriend fought, that the girlfriend now went to the bestie's house. That's when things now happen. The reality is, it doesn't make sense. For me, I can't even trust Anthony.
Yeah, he took advantage of
a married woman. And you're telling a married woman you love. And at one point, don't tell the married woman. He said, all I'm doing, the woman told him, all I'm doing, you didn't even take note of me. And Anthony was telling her that I'm taking note of it. To me, I have no respect for that guy. Let me just say it. The character, not the actor.
Yeah, the
character, because I feel these are the kind of guys that paint us in bad lights. Even though you love the woman, let her first leave the relationship before you start professing your love to her.
But do you think that, guys, onto Anthony's defense, a woman, he has sent all proposals out and nobody looked that way?
So is he paying her back now?
Now, do you think it's just maybe Anthony saying that
thank you for
a woman that have done this should be in my life? This is spec.
That means it's also manipulation.
No, wait, Shegun. Abaka, you support me here now. What's going on?
I'm not supporting you.
No, it's also manipulation.
I don't support you
whichever way.
Because it's actually a business thing. She saw that this business proposal we do well, we do numbers. She decided to invest in it. Of which she's also getting a return on investment. So I just feel like those extra flinch was not even necessary.
I didn't even trust Anthony.
But because just two more questions, we close it down.
Okay, can I speak on the paternity fraud?
Yeah, we get there.
Okay.
We just want to just finalize this one, then we talk about paternity and two other things. Now, but really, do you think that Atinuke and Atinuke is entering another relationship like the first one? Can you say that?
But if it was real life, I know this is fantasy. Anthony is Adekola part 2.
But there's actually a but.
Which one?
He is Kolawole part 2. But there is a but.
But maybe he doesn't have those dark sides.
Because he acted like he loved her. And it was showing.
Maybe Anthony might not have the murderous tendencies like
Kolawole. Yes, it was showing that he loved her.
But the reality is there's manipulation. When a woman comes to meet you as a friend and she's in her darkest moment, that should not be the time you are kissing her. As a man, I don't know about women, but as a man to a fellow man, we get boundaries. You shouldn't do that to a woman. More so, you shouldn't do that to a married woman. You are broken the bro code. And for me at that moment, I didn't like that character anymore.
Bro code. All right.
Broke the bro code.
Paternity fraud.
Yeah. She mentioned a statement at Atinuke that pissed me off. And it's a common statement that a woman knows. A woman don't know that. Go and do DNA, man. You say a woman knows. At first, I thought maybe at first, the reason why she told her husband was the one that had the child was because maybe she didn't sleep with Anthony. When I found out that, she's actually slept with Anthony, she's now saying the woman is one that. See, a lot of it is they do all these things. You will now be giving Mr. A's child to Mr. B. Don't try it. Go for a DNA. Or the best thing is don't even be sleeping with two men at the same time.
Why we do that?
It's crazy.
We are not looking for Lamborghini.
It's crazy.
But irrespective of everything that happened, she was still pulling back because she knew that what she was doing.
Back, but she was still going there. You say, "I'm going there. Kiss this me. You be baby. You like it. You like it.
Okay, hands up. I'm not saying anything.
Okay. This thing is common from generation to generation, not only our generation. There's a state in Nigeria, they will tell you that most of their firstborn, I think we said it in the
we said it.
They said most of their firstborn are bastards. in a state. I will not mention the state, but if you know the state, so please don't put it on the comment section, please, because they said a state in Nigeria, all their four sons,
and the husbands know.
And the husband know. And in fact, the husband will say things like, "Are you going to your concubine's house?"
For real?
Terrible, man.
Terrible, man. That's
Terrible.
it. That's the state there.
So
That's the state there. But your take on paternity fraud really is becoming. Now imagine a man went to the hospital trying to donate blood for a son that if thought his own. Like you remember Nedu's situation?
Yes.
Own child, not his own. There's even one again that they said the man took care of these children till university stage.
And
send them abroad. And none. Don't you think that is the most manipulation in the world?
See, I know I'm a woman. But this one, this is very, very bad. Because first off, cheating, like for you to decide that you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, I feel like you should have scrutinized this person. You should have done your homework. You should have known that this person, he has everything that I need. And along the line, I don't think I would want to do this. But for you to now go ahead after all this and still go ahead and cheat and still bring the child and say this is that is terrible.
Yeah. And I think it's also terrible because I don't know the way people see it. How can I marry somebody that I cheated with when I was married, and I expect that when I'm not married with the person will not cheat on me? Because this Anthony guy, I have to have a sitting with him.
You have to sit down with the guy.
What are you doing, man?
Bro,
I don't. It doesn't matter. I don't know the kind of love. As you said, that's not love. That's trauma bond. Anthony used Atinuke, in my own opinion, as a rebound from his other relationship, or he needed her to feel. To feel the feelings you needed to satisfy after you had let down. The reality is this is trauma bond. But it appears to people like love. I question that love. And I'm not going to be surprised if it was real life, if they actually got married. I'm not surprised that Anthony, after seeing money, we still cheat on Atinuke and the cycle begins all over again.
Okay. Just this question comes to my mind, but it's none of my business though. And it's not in this movie content. The issue of besties in life, that are you comfortable that you marry a man, Amaka, and his best friend is a woman? Will you feel comfortable that?
No.
You will not?
I will not feel comfortable.
Why? You're just friends?
Because me, myself, I don't have a male bestie. Not to talk of having a male bestie that things will not be going on with. And one thing I've come to realize is a man and a woman cannot be friends. They can be friends, but along the line, somebody will have feelings. Somebody will definitely develop feelings. Either it's the man or it is the woman. That's the notion I've gotten. That a man and a woman can never be just friends. So for my husband to now tell me that he has a female bestie, now it's not even possible. Because why would you be keeping female friends? No, you can keep female friends, but not that close. Yes.
Sharon, your wife bestie, a man.
Impossible. It's not possible. You can't even try it. Why? The reality is, if I even get to the stage where I get married to a woman and she has a male bestie, I won't blame her. I won't blame the bestie. I'll blame myself. Why should my wife? I should be a bestie. Why are you having a male bestie? I don't care. I won't tell you to stop that relationship with the guy. Maybe you guys have been from childhood. I can't come and destroy such a relationship. I'll just excuse myself. And for me, I can't have a female bestie. I wouldn't wonder when guys say they have a female bestie. My passions and my hobbies. A woman cannot. How will I sit down with a woman and start discussing history, politics? Discussing. Most women.
No. I disagree with that. I disagree. She can comprehend.
But she might not find it interesting. Imagine now, me and you now, we sit down.
Some women actually like history. They like politics. They like climate change. They like everything.
We sit
that a man likes.
Listening to a documentary.
All about politics.
And we are laughing and enjoying ourselves.
No, this particular one, I'm disagreeing.
No, okay, let's put it this way.
I am disagreeing.
Let's look at it this way. Most women, I know there's women that can like it, and that's nice. They are one in a million, but they like the most women. Saturday afternoon, husband and wife, they house, they watch the documentary of maybe Stalin or Mao
Zedong.
Why do you have to look at
it? Don't make sense.
Or you just look over and you're watching
Donald Trump documentary. So that is what I can't. For me personally, I know if I tell you I have a female bestie, bro, I lie.
But you have a female bestie and you are going to the cinema to watch documentary. How many people have you seen in the cinema say that I just saw a documentary and I think it's on the cinema? I'm going that.
But wait, do they do?
No, they don't. They don't. That is why you don't see.
That's why I don't see us in the cinemas. Or that's why it's Premier League now. You want to go and watch football. How many women do you see? I know there are women that love football, but how many women we want? See, the best thing is let men be friends with men. Let women be besties with women. Let's move on.
But that doesn't mean a man and a woman cannot be friends. You can be friends, but not too close. There should be a limit. Close, yeah. There should be boundaries.
And even those guys that have besties with women, we have to talk.
We are coming for you.
There's something wrong. There's something going on.
Wrong. So finally, my brother and sister, I saw something. The state of health in this country is becoming alarming. Now, anything that I see in the movie, there is a replica in the reality. If not directly, it can be indirectly. Imagine a doctor building powerful hospital with fake license. And he has done so many things, and yet nobody saw that. So, the state of health in this country, Sharon and Amaka, because I spoke with someone, he said he went to an hospital and they gave him a drug. When he got home, the drug did not work. And he went to go and meet a pharmacy nearby. He said, this drug is not working. Someone, they said, this is a fake one. This is the original. Imagine finding a drug.
The same pharmacy?
No, another pharmacy. Okay, pharmacy. The pharmacist said this drug is fake. The drug he brought to him is fake. Why he has the original one in that place? And the man saw that and said, come see. Can you see the difference? The state of health in this country. I want us to talk about it in just a few minutes. What do you think can change? If Funke is putting this on a movie, it's obvious that it's happening. So what do you think, Amaka?
People are really terrible. People are terrible. That's because this thing still boils down to greed. You are greedy to the extent that you do not care about people's life. That's terrible. That's very, very terrible.
So terrible. So, Sharon, do you think there should be a regulation now? Regulation, looking at these, checking, putting those things in place, and knowing that this.
But that's what NAFDAC is for now.
NAFDAC is for drugs. What about this hospital, knowing that this person is
the reality is, we know what we should be doing. We know the right thing.
Yes.
But Nigeria has now become a country where everything goes. If you're talking about health, that's one part. If you're talking about other aspects, the reality is we have to keep praying for this country. Let me just put it that way. Let's keep praying for the country.
We have been praying, really. We have been praying.
Keep praying.
We have been praying.
What do you want to say?
But I think it's time that Nigerians should sit up and actually see reality. Really. It's not only about the government, because there's a popular phrase that says a bad follower produces bad governments or bad leaders. So if the followers are not sitting up, nothing can happen. So I think what is showing in this movie, that's why I said I have to give
a lot of things are very nice.
Applaud, because she show us what is really going on in this country. And if you have not seen this movie, please don't think we have said it today. There's more. I'm telling you, so many dark secrets in this movie, and there's a lot that we have not even said. So you know what? Just check it out. Final thoughts.
Final Thoughts is an amazing movie, as you said. A lot of talking points. We've not even reached out
at all.
But it's just for us to just give you like a preview of the movie so that you can go and watch it. And me, I will still keep saying it. One of the parts of the movie I love was the explanation of what a narcissist is. Finally, there's a particular strategy that narcissists used to use. It was in this movie also. They call it Davo. Davo, D-A-R-V-O. Davo simply means, and you can see when Funke Akindele, when the woman Atinúkẹ́ confronted her husband of sleeping with her staff.
Yeah.
And he said something. First of all, what he did was he denied. I don't know.
No.
He denied. The second one push blame. That's attack. That's him. Then the second one is reverse victim and offender. That's RVO, reverse victim offender. So they say, oh, you see now, and this one thing now, you start saying this thing. So I like the movie. This is, for me, it was a joy seeing how they represented the personality of a narcissist so that people know who a narcissist is and how to guide against it. And ultimately, last thing is, if you date a narcissist, the place you will end up is first of all on the hospital bed and then the therapist office. Please stay clear. Narcissists are very, very flashy in the eyes. Stay clear of them. They are dangerous people.
What is glitter? What is glitter is not good.
Yes,
and I think there's a particular part in the movie that I want us to also talk about. I think that was just one scene of which the mother or the father was complaining that the child was saying that they were telling somebody it's a fatty bonbon, his stomach is round. And in front of the child, the father was still saying it to the mother.
Yeah.
So we should just be watchful of whatever we tell our kids, whatever we tell our children, because you might think the children are not listening. They definitely are, and they will do it outside. So whatever it is, just be watchful of what you tell your kids or what you say in front of your kids.
So guys, we have so much to talk about this movie. This movie is fully packed. I'm telling you, I have so many scenes in my brain right now, seeing it one after the other, but we don't want this podcast to be too long. In fact, if we continue, we are going to be here for 5 hours recording just one video. I'm telling you, it's just, you just have no other choice. You just have to see that movie. No, and when you see movie as we do it, see how it relates to your personal life. We are not telling you how to live your life. We are only telling you that these things are happening in this world. So before we go, we just want to share another quick shout out to our backroom staff. You guys are amazing. Now, AY, thank you so much. He's our studio engineer. We have Rashford, thank you. Adiolu. And guys, don't forget that our ladies, the Convo ladies, are coming on set to give you awesome gist on lifestyle. We do the review. We do the review, but they talk about lifestyle. Expect so much from them. And also Salim Adebayo, thank you so much for the work of art. It's awesome. Guys, anytime you see us, just know there is a movie to review. Till we meet again, bye-bye.